Hello! Today is going to be our last regular Fun Friday art video. But for today, we're going to be making a Father's Day gift. Shh! So if there's your uncle or your dad or your brother or whoever you're going to give it to nearby, tell them to go away for a little bit or go hide somewhere where they can't hear you so that it can be a surprise. This gift can be given to your dad, or if you don't see your dad a lot, or you don't see them at all, you can give it to your grandpa, your uncle, a brother, any important boy or male in your life. A male means a boy. So a boy or a man in your life. It doesn't need to be your dad, but if you do see your dad or your dad lives in your house, it would be nice for you to give him this present. So I hope they're gone. Did you send them away yet? Pause the video if they're not away yet. Okay, hopefully they're gone now. It's time for me to tell you what we're going to make. We are going to be making a picture in a frame, but you're going to be doing all the drawing. So if you don't have supplies in front of you, you're going to need a paper. I have mine on a clipboard, but that's just so I can hold it up. If you have a ruler, it would be helpful, but if you don't have one, it's okay. I'll show you how to do it without a ruler. And you're going to need something to color with. I have pencil crayons, but you can use marker, you can use crayons, whatever you'd like. So once you have, and probably a pencil. You're going to need a pencil to draw too. Once you have all those things in front of you, I'll show you your first task. So usually when we're at school, you'd write your name at the back, but there's only going to be one picture because there's only one of you at home. If there's two of you at home doing this, maybe write your name at the back or just remember whose is whose. So our first step, we're going to need our paper, our pencil, and I said if you have a ruler, it will help. I'm going to show you how to use the ruler, but if you don't have a ruler, keep watching. I'll show you how to do it without a ruler too. We are going to be drawing a rectangle on our paper, a big rectangle. So this is my paper. I want a rectangle that goes from over here, I don't know if you can see that, all the way over here, down here, and over here. So I'm just showing you the corners or the vertices. You probably can't see them, but that's okay because I'm going to draw the line. So if you have a ruler, we're going to use it to make a straight edge. We're not measuring. We're just going to be drawing along this very straight edge so we get a nice straight line. So I'm going to show you how to use the ruler, but if you don't have a ruler, keep watching, okay? I'll show you after. So if I have a ruler, I put my ruler down and a little bit away from the edge, so you see kind of how much I have out there. Oops. So there's a little bit of space here, not too much. I'm going to draw a straight line across. So I hold my ruler down and I draw across. Oh, I might need to move my fingers. It's better to do this on the table. My ruler keeps trying to wiggle because I'm not flat on the table. So let's get it back lined up. Good. And holding it against your ruler. Oops, my ruler keeps moving. That's okay. Against the ruler, just draw your line. So your line will end up pretty straight. Mine was a couple wiggles because my ruler kept moving. That's okay. Now, if you don't have a ruler, you can use something like a notebook. So I have this notebook here. It's just a notebook. I can also use it like a ruler because it has a straight edge. So I can line it up. If I'm drawing a rectangle, I also need a line down the side, and the bottom. So if I want to draw my side line, I line up my book, or if you're using a ruler, line up your ruler, make sure it's nice and straight, and using the edge of it, draw right down so you have the nice straight edge. So draw down. Now let's see my line. Wow, look, that's even straighter than the other one. Maybe I'm going to keep using this. It's a bit easier to hold when I'm holding up. If you're doing it on a table, it'll be easy. All right, I'm going to draw my line coming down this way now. But since I have a clip here, I'm going to put my book in the middle. I'm going to line it up with this line. Line it up pretty straight. I don't want too much here, but I want a bit of room on the side. And line down. Great. Let's check it out. Oh, that one's really straight too. All right, time for my bottom line because I'm drawing a rectangle. A rectangle has 1, 2, 3 sides or edges. So it needs one more. Oh, it's 4. It only needs 3 right now. So my last job is to connect my bottom 2 lines. I want the same amount of room I've had everywhere else. And draw across. There we go. Do you see my rectangle? I have a couple places where my lines cross and they go a little too far. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to erase those. So I don't want these 2 little pieces, this line out here and this line here. I'm going to erase them. There we go, they're gone. Let's do the same at the top. I have a little dot here, an extra line. Erase anything extra from the corners. Here I have a mess in my corner. Erase the extra from the corner. And in my bottom, I have a little mess. So erase that. And now my rectangle looks pretty good, right? Do you see how I have the same amount here, as here, as here, and here, or at least pretty close? That's because this outside ring is going to look like the outside of a picture frame, like this. Here I have a picture frame. This one has a wide frame on the outside. We made a slightly skinnier frame on the outside, but you can see that there are different size frames. So if you have a wider frame or a thicker frame, that's okay. If you have a skinny frame, that's also okay. Picture frames all look different. Whoops, I'm making a mess. All right, that'll stay there. Now we're going to add a little bit of detail to our frame before we start on the picture. So to make it look like a really nice looking frame, a fancy frame, we're going to draw 4 lines. We are going to connect our corner to the corner of the paper with 1 line. So I'm going to draw a line, a diagonal line, that way. If you still have your ruler, you can use it to help you draw a straight line, your ruler or a notebook or whatever you use to make a straight line. But if you don't have that, you can just try to draw it. It was hard for me to hold it, so I'm just going to draw them. I draw my line here, out to the corner, here, out to the corner, and last one, out to the corner. So I've drawn 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines I've attached the corner of my rectangle to the corner of my paper. Now it looks a little bit more like a picture frame. Your next step is going to be to color your picture frame any color you want. Picture frames are, sometimes they're black, sometimes they're gray, sometimes they have decorations, sometimes they have polka dots, sometimes they're all red. So I'm going to color only the outside. So if you're not sure what to color, wait. I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to color, and then I'll show you right away. So hold on. Okay, now that I've colored all that, you can see what it looks like. I chose to make mine green because the person I'm giving it to, my dad, likes green. I also chose to make my sides darker than my top and my bottom. See how it doesn't matter what you color your picture frame like? You can do whatever you want. At the bottom, if you want to, I wrote the date, the year, because if whoever you give it to, your grandpa, your dad, your uncle, if they look back at this, they keep it for a while and they look back at it when you grow up, they say, when did they make this for me? It looks so nice. Then they can see, oh, they made it for Father's Day in 2020. Or they give it to me in 2020. So if you want to write the year on the bottom or anywhere on here, you can. You don't have to. Now, we're going to be talking about what's on the inside. On the inside of this is where you get to choose what you want to draw. So you want to draw something that's important to the person you're giving it to. So you could draw a picture of your family. You could draw a picture of you and dad, or you and uncle, or you and grandpa, you or your brother, doing something fun together. You could draw a picture of something they really like. But please make sure that it's what they like, not what you like. So I know there's a lot of people in our class that like Godzilla. If your dad or your grandpa or your uncle, whoever you're giving it to, doesn't like Godzilla, that shouldn't be in the picture. Some people also like some YouTubers. If the person you're giving it to doesn't like YouTubers, don't put that in the picture. Same thing with maybe unicorns. Maybe if dad or uncle or grandpa, brother doesn't like unicorns, don't put them in the picture. Make this picture for them, something they like. So I'll pause the video again and I'll draw quickly. I'm going to show you my dad and I like to have barbecues. So I'm going to draw a picture of myself and my dad having a barbecue. I think he'd like that. Okay, I've been drawing a little while. I think you might have to draw for a little bit longer because I rushed a little bit. But here I have my Father's Day picture. So I have my picture frame I did before. And in my picture frame, I made a pretend picture of me and my dad cooking on our barbecue. He's got his cooking barbecue tongs. It's sunny outside. There's some clouds. I have the ground, so we're not just floating in the sky. And this reminds me of some really wonderful times that I had with my dad. If you have some good memories of whoever you're making it for, your dad or your uncle, your grandpa, your brother, draw a picture of something that means a lot to them and you and what you do together. So my only last task is I'm going to color it, but I'm not going to make you see that. I'm just going to say good luck on your Father's Day craft. Make sure that they don't see it before Father's Day. And of course, if you want to make a card to go with it, I'm sure they would love that even more. So if you want to make a card, you can take another piece of paper, fold it, write Happy Father's Day, or do anything you want that shows them that they're special and important in your life. So I hope that you like making this craft. I hope that whoever you give it to likes it as well. Be careful, don't rip it beforehand because Father's Day is actually not for 2 weeks. It's on June 21st, I think. Yeah, June 21st. So give it to them on June 21st. It's a Sunday. And I'm sure they're going to love it. So make it your own. Remember to color it in too. I'm just not going to make you watch that part. And I'm sure that they're going to love it because it's from you. So I hope you liked our last Fun Friday art. And if you ever want to do our art again, go back and watch the other videos. Okay, I'll see you later. Make sure you keep it a secret.